Rndr is one of the hottest AI altcoins on the market, and it is up over 100% in the past month alone, and up just under 2,900% from its bear market lows at about 40 cents, currently sitting at over $11. Now, a lot of the run-up this past month has been in anticipation of Jules Urbach, the CEO, who supposedly has some very big announcements about Rndr's work in the AI space at the upcoming NVIDIA GTC conference, where he will be speaking tomorrow. And if that was not enough to build the hype for this project, they have just partnered up with another one of the biggest AI companies in the world. So in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, we're going to break down exactly what this new partnership means for the Rndr network as well as for this altcoin. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do enjoy the content, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel. So without further ado, we are going to get right into today's video about Rndr. And it seems like every single time I talk about this token, the price is moving up. They either have a new partnership or some big news coming out. And yeah, this coin really has been on fire over the past year. The chart definitely reflects that, as it's up about 652% from a year ago yesterday. And as mentioned at the beginning of the video, up about 2,900% currently from those bear market lows. So we actually spoke a lot over the past couple of weeks about the NVIDIA GTC conference. The Rndr network is going to be one of, I'm only aware of two projects speaking there. One is Rndr and the other one is Near Protocol. And Rndr is going to be speaking at this conference about the future of GPU, AI, rendering, light field technologies, and how the Rndr network is contributing to this space. And we've seen both from different Telegram channels and screenshots that have been posted, as well as hearing directly from Jules Urbach himself, that there are going to be some pretty big announcements at this event. And obviously, we know if you've been paying any attention to the stock market, NVIDIA has been the biggest stock in the market. It's had a massive run up. It is now the third largest company in the world. So I would argue that this is probably their most important GTC event yet. And there's going to be a lot of institutional eyes on this event. And now we have the Rndr network speaking at this event and, hopefully demonstrating their use case to a bunch of institutions. So we do know this is going to be happening tomorrow. I am planning on, watching it and actually kind of covering all the most important stuff in a video for Thursday. But that is not what we are here to talk about today. What we're here to talk about is the fact that Otoy, the parent company of Rndr, is partnering with Stability AI. Ari Emanuel, who is the CEO of Endeavor, that is the company that owns UFC, and people to work on the future of art, AI, media, and GPU rendering. And they have also welcomed somebody else here, Imad, on to their advisory board. So I do kind of want to discuss this first. We actually posted a video last week, I think it was. If you take a look at the channel, it was right here. So Rndr pumps the new highs after explosive network growth. This would have been last Monday. And the reason we actually spoke about this is because a day before the video went live, the Rndr network nodes sat at 1,402. And then the next day, we saw a massive spike in the amount of Rndr nodes up to 5,586. And we did speculate in that video that it could potentially be in anticipation of an announcement, a new partnership. We actually saw Pro Rndr call it right here. Could be maybe Stability.ai partnership, but nobody knows for sure yet. And it does appear pretty likely that that was in fact the case. So here we got a tweet from Rentoshi Tokamoto saying, now we probably know why Rndr nodes increased by 4x in a day. If that was for some testing with Stability AI, what do you think happens for the real thing when it officially launches? The Rndr burn will be insane. They do also have a burn mint equilibrium. So on the Rndr network dashboard here, you can actually keep track of how much Rndr is being burned. So now it's sitting at 43.2K, how many active nodes there are, and the more use the Rndr network gets, the more of the token that is going to be burned. So that is generally speaking pretty bullish for the price action. And now that we do have confirmation of this partnership here with Stability AI, I mean, I think it's pretty likely that that's why there was such a massive increase in active nodes. And the active nodes for the Rndr network is just referring to the idle GPU compute power. What people can do is basically offer their idle GPU compute. They're able to lend this out to people who require it for different rendering tasks. And then people are paid in Rndr tokens for lending out this GPU power. And what the Rndr network has done has transitioned from initially being focused on 3D content creation into also offering this idle GPU compute for AI, for machine learning models. And that is a massive transition into an emerging market, one that's actually constrained by the supply. There really are not enough GPUs to go around for the amount of demand for machine learning models, for artificial intelligence. And that is something the Rndr network is looking to solve with their decentralized fleet of GPUs. So that's the active nodes that are being referred to there. And here's the official post. So Stability AI, Otoy, and Rndr and the Rndr network join forces to develop next generation AI models, IP rights systems, and open standards powered by decentralized GPU computing. So yeah, here we got it. Otoy, Stability AI, Rndr, and the Rndr network are thrilled to announce a partnership between the industry leaders in open source generative AI models, media and entertainment, and GPU computing to develop and standardize IP rights, production workflows, and infrastructure around emerging AI technologies. This partnership leverages Rndr's decentralized GPU network, massively scaling AI training and inference power at cost to help democratize open source, transparent, generative AI technology. And talking about how that can work with 3D, VFX, and media production workflows. Now, interestingly enough, if we actually go to the Rndr network, something I noticed when I checked out their website is that Ari Emanuel, the CEO at Rndr, is actually one of the advisors. So not a massive shocker to see that he is tapping into what the Rndr network does have to offer. So Rndr will work with Stability AI, the Rndr network, and Otoy to develop transparent IP tracking tools for emerging ML models. Let me actually find it here. Okay, so Otoy and Stability AI will work together to optimize Stability AI's models to run on the Rndr network's peer-to-peer pool of consumer GPUs, with the ability to feed results back into over 26 plus widely used mainstream 3D software tools supported on the network. Native integration of Stability AI models on the Rndr network provides a seamless integration of large AI models and 3D content workflows, access to web APIs for third-party applications, and the ability to scale to a waitlist of over 1 million consumer GPUs for building next-gen media models. And as part of the integration, Stability AI models will leverage provenance systems already established on the Rndr network, known as Proof of Rndr, providing immutable receipts and tracking of all individual components ingested and used for output of computing work on-chain. So through transparent on-chain data, royalty flows for IP and assets used in AI models, as well as their outputs, can be managed using public, auditable smart contracts. And they say here that that the more details about the partnership is going to be discussed at the GTC conference. And this is a really big deal. I actually didn't understand just how big Stability AI was until I looked into it a little bit more. And I think most of you will be shocked if you were not already aware. So we can actually look at this infographic. Sorry, not an infographic. This is their website right here. And if we take a look at the About page, you can see right off the bat, Stability AI actually has over 10 million users, global users, just 2 months after its release, has amassed a community of more than 300,000 creators, 270,000 in the Discord, 400 million images generated using Stability AI's API. So now if they are going to be tapping into the Rndr network, that should really help with the amount of transactions and the demand for the GPU power offered by this network, which means more Rndr tokens get used and more Rndr tokens get burned as well. So regarding Stability AI and Rndr partnership, Stable Diffusion accounts for 12 billion of the 15 billion images generated by AI last year. So beating out Adobe, Midjourney, and OpenAI's DALL-E 2, they haven't even showcased their own version of Sora just yet. Sora is the video generator by OpenAI. Gives you an idea of the exponential GPU demand and render burn that is incoming. So you can see this right here. I mean, Stable Diffusion is massive. 12.59 billion models based on Stable Diffusion, compared to 916 million on DALL-E 2, 1 billion on Adobe Firefly, and 964 million on Midjourney. And the sources are Adobe estimates based on Photo Tutorial, OpenAI, and CVTI, I think that's pronounced. But I mean, you can see here, right? This is a massive company, and we're comparing this to the big dogs, right? We're talking about DALL-E 2, which is OpenAI's, Adobe Firefly. Like, you're not comparing them to slouches in this part of the business. So to see them this dominant in this area is definitely encouraging. The fact that Rndr is now going to be working with them. So to wrap things up, I do want to also update you on the price action. We've been saying about Rndr here for a while, right? I mean, it really has been an impressive performer throughout the bear market. It has had periods of consolidation, but really this thing has been up only over the long term since the beginning of 2023, where it did start the year at about the 40-cent level, okay? And, you can just look at that curve. Like, it's basically been an up-only mode minus the pullbacks and consolidation, which is very healthy for the token. And, for any token as well. If it was really just going straight up in a line, that would be a little more concerning. However, the price action, I feel like has accelerated, a lot since the new year. It started off at about $3.75. And it is already sitting at about $11.22. It hit a new all-time high over the weekend at about $13.50. And, it kind of has pulled back now in line with the broader market pullback, which, to put things into perspective, that means that, over the past couple of days, this coin's pulled back like 20% from the highs, still up 100% over the past month. And, more recently, although we've been covering the Rndr token on the channel since last year, more recently, I was talking about the potential breakout above this level right here. So let me actually draw that out for you guys right here at about $5.30. And if you actually take a look back here at the Rndr chart, I mean, once you break above that level, there really was not a lot of price action to go on. I did say that if we broke above $5.30, we probably make it up to all-time highs pretty quick. And if we get past all-time highs, we are in complete price discovery mode. And that is exactly where the Rndr token has been at the moment. Now, one thing I do like about Rndr is that it does look relatively strong on its USD pair. But something that I would argue is also really important when it comes to altcoins is how strong this coin looks on its Bitcoin pair as well, okay? So this is the Rndr versus Bitcoin valuation, and you can see here that very similar to its USD valuation. It broke all-time highs. We are now in price discovery. And for me, when I see an altcoin, breaking out on its USD pair as well as on its Bitcoin pair, looking pretty symmetrical in terms of the charts, it's just another bullish piece of data for that coin, in my opinion. And I do think that this outperformance from Rndr is set to continue into the bull run. We also know that Solana has been a big winner of this bull run. The Rndr token recently migrated over to the Solana chain. They do still have their Rndr token on Ethereum. They also have Rndr on the Solana chain. So, this token is sitting on, two of the most popular chains right now, Ethereum and Solana. It is in a very big narrative of AI, as well as being in the crypto space, which has been on fire, since the beginning of 2023. So I am looking forward to hearing what they have to say about this partnership at the NVIDIA GTC conference. And as always, I will keep you guys updated on the latest and most important news when it comes to this coin. So on that note, I hope you did enjoy the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.